Aldi Social Food Network, back with some more basic cooking skills for you. We're continuing with the chicken theme. We've made our chicken stock, we've segmented our chicken. Now we're going to do a chicken jus or chicken gravy. So they're basic, really nice, full of flavour. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to talk through the ingredients we've got. So we've got some chicken wings here. These are already roasted. So this is quite important. You see on the bottom here, you've got all that kind of caramelisation. That's kind of how we want it. We don't want them black or burn, but they're nicely caramelised. We're going to use all that flavour on the bottom. And then some aromats, some vegetables to go with that in the front here. So these are just basic butter mushrooms, just sliced up. Some nice thyme, whole bulb of garlic, and some finely sliced shallots. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to roast that veg off just to get started. So I've got my pan hot, a little bit of oil. You want to hear a bit of a sizzle when the veg goes in. So I'm just going to roast that off. It's quite important to get a bit of colour on this. I'm going to go in with a little bit of salt straight away, just to start breaking it all up. So in with the salt. So we could also, we're going to use a little bit of white wine for this. You can use, really nice, you can use some Madeira. So that's a Madeira wine, like a fortified wine. That's really, really good for this. For today we're going to use a white wine. And all we're doing is, like I say, just roasting off these vegetables in here, just get a bit of colour onto them. This sauce can be made with chicken legs if you can't get all of the wings, but wings are really good for this, and you get quite a lot of sort of flavour out of them, so it's going to give a nice taste to the sauce. And then we also have our chicken stock down the front, which was our homemade chicken stock in one of our previous videos. If you didn't see that, obviously it's on our channel, so please watch that. Just continuing to roast this, just drying out a little bit, so just a little bit more oil, just to keep it going. As far as sauces, this is quite quick. I mean, obviously you've got the time of roasting off the chicken, but we've already done that. Just going to roast off our vegetables a little bit, and then the rest of it's quite easy. It's always better with sauces, I find, is we don't fully reduce them at this stage. If we just bring them down roughly by about half, and then save it for when we're actually having the sauce to reduce it down completely. The view was to reduce your sauce right down at the beginning. What happens is when you actually come to reheat the sauce, it will then probably start to get a bit too sticky, and it probably will catch and burn. So we're nearly ready with this veg now. We've got a nice colour on that. I'm just going to go in with the chicken. So it's quite important with this chicken that we're just trying to get all this caramelisation off the bottom. If you've got at home, if you use an oven tray which can go on your gas top, then you don't need to do this. You can just add all the white wine into the tray and deglaze it there. So I'm just going to go in with this into the sauce. Try and get as much of that off as you can. And then we're going to stir that round. It's caramelised a little bit on the bottom of the pan, which is good. We're going to deglaze that now with the white wine. So what we're doing there is just getting a bit of heat into the chicken, and then we're going to add the white wine. So nice and generous, the white wine. And then we're going to reduce this down by around half. You can have the heat quite high for this, so we'll reduce it down quite quickly. And we're just going to break up the wings, so we're going to let all that flavour out. Just break them up using your spoon. So we've got some lovely flavours going on here, obviously your garlic, your thyme, your roasted onions, your mushrooms. So all that chicken's broken up. I'm going to let that reduce the last little bit. So once this comes up to the boil with the stock in, we're going to skim it like we always do with our stocks and our sauces. So just get that initial skim, and then we're probably going to leave this for around 15 to 20 minutes just to reduce down by around half. Then when that's done, we'll come back and we'll just put it through a sieve, and then the sauce is done. Like I say, we will need to reduce this a little bit more when it comes to actually making what we're making, but for the minute we're just going to leave it a little bit under. I mean, we've only got chicken, white wine and some herbs and some veg in there, but we're just going to have a little taste of it. It's quite important to sort of taste as you go, just to get a bit of an idea. Just get a bit of an idea of what the flavour is along the process. And obviously if there was something drastically wrong with it, if we burnt something, or you know, if the wine was a bit funny, then we would be able to taste that now at the beginning. So just going to bash up the last of the chicken. You can see we're going to get all that meat off. We want this to be a real rich chicken stew, so we get all that meat off and let it all kind of boil into the sauce, and you get all that flavour out of the chicken. If you just left them whole and kind of boiled them up, you wouldn't get as much flavour out of them. So really bashing them up. Wonderful. Okay, so chicken stock, we're going to go in with that now. I've got around sort of half a litre chicken stock here. Obviously if you're making a bit more, you can add as much as you like, but I'm going to go in with all of that, and we're going to give that a nice sort of 15-20 minutes to reduce down. Right guys, the chicken stew now has been reducing for sort of 20, maybe 25 minutes. It's come down by roughly half, a little bit more. I'm just going to pass it through a sieve now. So it's a fine sieve, if you notice. Try and pick one with the smallest holes possible. Like you see, it's not as thick as you'd want it for a sort of gravy or sauce, but like I say, we're not going to reduce it fully. You know, we want that freedom of reducing it down when it comes to it. So all through the sieve there. Last little bit. You can just see we've got a nice, really nice colour. So we're going to reduce it down a little bit more to order, but there's our chicken stew. And that's another Chef Basic, another basic skill from Social Food Network. I hope you're really enjoying these videos, and please subscribe to the channel. We've got plenty more to come on Chef Basics and other things. So please subscribe and keep watching. Thank you very much. Bye bye.